1902 to 1915, from the ages of 54 until 66, will be this week and next week's chapters. As Mary Slessor's mother and sisters had died, she had no family left. At an age when other women were retiring or doing very little hard work, Mary again started work in a new part of Africa. Up the Enyong Creek lived the Arrows, an untamed tribe. They had made trade and slave routes for other tribes and would not be peaceful. They prayed to the devil and ate human flesh. The land of the Arrows seems to draw me like a magnet. I must go there next. Mary surprised the mission people. Of course they were against it, and the government said positively no. But Mary waited patiently. The Enyong Creek was very beautiful, covered with water lilies, but farther up into that sinister area lay Arrow Land, a collection of small Nigerian towns. The Ibos also lived there, but the strong Arrows either ate the visitors or sold them into slavery. The Arrows acted as agents of the Long Juju. They became a secret society using threats and violence to keep the people under control. They controlled the trade of slaves and palm oil. As Mary was thinking about the Arrows, something terrible happened. They went on the warpath, captured and ate 800 natives from a faraway village. Mary's government decided something drastic must be done to protect innocent people from the Arrows. They sent an armed government boat and 9,000 British soldiers up the Cross River and into Enyong Creek. They were in Arrow territory, a nation of 4 million cruel but intelligent people. 4 million. Their religion centered around a valley and temple in which was a wooden idol in a hollow tree. This was the Long Juju, feared by all. The British soldiers found in all the huts the same type of idol, smeared with blood, with skulls on the ground. Sir Ralph Moore, leader of the government expedition, sent messages to the Arrow chiefs and demanded a palaver. Surprisingly, they came, though unwillingly. They sat in a half circle around a giant cotton tree, anger flashing in their eyes. Sir Ralph's eyes flashed with anger, too, from seeing the terrible sights. He laid down the law. Surrender your rifles! End the witchcraft and slavery! Let the small villages live in peace! There is silence, and one of the oldest chiefs, draped in a leopard skin, stood up. We have heard there is a wise woman who lives in Okuyong across the river. We will not agree to anything until she comes and speaks to us. They meant Mary, though none of them had ever seen her. Sir Ralph was astounded. So, 9,000 British soldiers and 4 million Arrows must wait for the decision of one woman. I will send a message to see if she will come, he said. How would you like to be that one woman? Mary started out immediately. This was what she had been waiting for. Once again, the Arrow chiefs met with Sir Ralph. The Englishman is being fair to you, Mary told them. These are my people. Permit them to bring law and order to this area. They will help build you roads and schools and churches. They will not take you as slaves. They want to see you prosper and grow and own many nice things to make life easier. They want to trade with you. Obeying Mary, the Arrows handed over 3,000 rifles and agreed to everything Mary said. Sir Ralph said she had done more to settle the argument than all the government representatives in the past. Mary decided the way was now open to go and live among the Arrows. Give me your permission to go, she said to Sir Ralph. They need a missionary now. Sir Ralph laughed. Proceed straight ahead, he said, and I will be able to withdraw all my troops. So at age 55, Mary became the first missionary to the Arrows in the village of Itu. Just previous to her coming, the chief of Itu had died, and 60 slaves were killed at the celebration. The work would be hard, but Mary always did choose the hardest work. The new Arrow chief in Itu had told Mary she was welcome to build. So, on a flat-topped hill right next to the cannibal village, Mary was building a church and school with her own hands. While she was working, a British commissioner arrived unexpectedly in I-2 to check on her. Mary's face was grimy, and she had wet plaster up to her elbows. "I didn't know you understood how to mix cement, Ma," said the young officer. Mary laughed to herself. "I didn't know I could mix cement either, laddie. I just mix the stuff with some sand, pour in water, and stir with a stick until it looks like porridge. Then I pray, 'Dear Lord, please make the cement set.' You know, it's funny, but it always turns out right." Government officials had supplied her with building material at the lowest possible price, but on Mary's small salary, it was a miracle she even got the building finished. Her fame was spreading out of Scotland and all over the world. Every mailbag from the government launch brought letters from other countries. A note from her diary, June 14, 1903, reads, "It is Monday morning, and I have only a 3-penny piece to last all week. Maybe I can exchange some school books to buy food. A woman gave me 5 small sweet potatoes and some fish." In less than a year after Mary came to I-2, over 300 Arrow people crowded into church every Sunday.
Oh, wow.
69 boys and girls faithfully attended the school, learning to read and write in their own language.
Wow.
Back at the Calabar mission station, the people were worried over Mary living among cannibals. Akion was dangerous enough, they said. Then she went to Arrowland, which was worse. Her health is none too good, and she better return to a king. But Mary flatly refused. "I love every place I ever stayed in," she said in a letter to them, "but I will not lead these savages who so need the word of God. It is true, I am not as spry as I used to be. Perhaps I can find a way to get about, such as a bicycle." The babies she had rescued were grown up. Some of them became native pastors, school teachers, and government officials. In May 1905, an official letter reached Mary. The governor of Nigeria asked her if she would accept the office as member of the I-2 Native Court, since she had a great knowledge of native affairs. They offered her about $240 a year. For the second time in her life, Mary found herself acting as a judge. She settled some unusual cases: blackmail, debts, all manner of cruelty, women beaten. Mary had the power to hand out punishments up to 6 months imprisonment. She demanded absolute respect and obedience. There wasn't a man, animal, or devil she was afraid of, said an old trader who had known her. Mary was now 62 years of age and could walk only a mile at a time. She went to Duketown and with her own money bought 50 sheets of corrugated iron, a box of nails, some timber, and a half-ton of cement.
Oh.
How would she get all this back to Ikby, where she had moved? And we'll finish the story next week.